Florida Institute of Technology, or FIT as it is more popularly known, is well renowned for its academic success. However, this school also houses a multiplicity of varsity teams. One such team is the rowing team.
I think the team was founded in the early 60s, late 50s. Jerome Cooper wanted Florida Tech to be the MIT of the South, is how he called it, and so rowing was a big part of that. And in the pamphlets of championships that Florida Tech has won in athletics, most of them are from rowing.
Indeed, both men's and women's varsity rowing has stirred up quite a bit of water at FIT, and the sport even offers a unique opportunity for students who have had no prior experience with rowing.
But rowing is actually one of those sports where you could have a kid that steps foot on campus, they could learn how to do the sport and be an Olympic level athlete.
I didn't have any experience at all. It was a very big learning curve. Other than the learning curve, it was just an amazing team environment.
Rowing offers physical benefits to its participants. However, for dedicated members of the rowing teams, the benefits do not stop here.
It helps push you further, not just academically, but also as a person, help you grow.
You carry yourself with much more respect and much more responsibility, knowing that you're a part of a nationally competitive winning team.
In June of 2022, the team received some shocking news that would impact the future of the sport here at FIT. On the 28th of June, a campus-wide email was sent with the sole purpose of communicating a plan to cut 5 varsity sports here at FIT. This included men's cross-country, women's cross-country, men's golf, as well as men's and women's rowing.
Jamie Joss with the athletic department has made it very clear that he wants to increase competitiveness within the Sunshine State Conference, which is an interstate competition. We're too fast for that. We don't go to that competition. We go to the national level. We race against Ivy Leagues.
We just finished our race at Dad Vales, winning Dad Vales, which is a Division II championship for us. We went to the IRA competitions and placed the best that the team has ever placed in the last few years of racing. So it's very confusing why they brought this.
With the idea of competitiveness being the major justification for this decision, it seems a bit odd that the teams being cut are those which were already performing outstandingly. Not only did the information not sit well, however, the timing of it caused a major upset.
There was no indication that this was even a possibility leading into this. We would have had 8 to 9 athletes coming in. We signed 5 athletes in May, and we had 2 other kids that we had been recruiting from Poland. The week before this decision came out, there was a freeze put on our scholarships, and these kids have been left in the lurch. They weren't able to come here. They weren't able to go anywhere else because it was too late in the recruiting process for them to get a scholarship to go somewhere else.
The team has been very vocal about their displeasure with this decision. According to current members, coaching staff, and even alumni, being a club is very different to being a varsity team for rowing. It negatively hinders the ability of the team to progress and even perform.
For club rowing, which doesn't have as much funding, you can't recruit new athletes. It's all walk-ons. And for rowing, which is an expensive sport, the boats, the race entries, the upkeep, the travel costs, it's an expensive sport. You need money. So the club's teams are naturally not going to be as competitive.
The athletic department here at FIT has communicated a willingness to work alongside these clubs to ensure success. However, the actualization of these promises remain yet to be seen.
For what people from the university said about wanting to have a successful club program, we're not set up very well for it. If it doesn't get reinstated, I hope that the university decides to actually support it properly. But if they're going to support a club properly, they may as well bring it back as a varsity sport and support it properly there.
The overwhelming consensus appears to be that in order for rowing to continue to flourish here at FIT, varsity reinstatement is absolutely necessary.
I believe varsity is definitely necessary to keep rowing continuous here at the school.
Rallying behind this cause, the team and their supporters have committed themselves to getting this decision revoked. In the meantime, the club continues to show the relentlessness they developed as a varsity team in performing really well as a club and earning once more their title as a varsity team.
I've taken it upon myself to try and make this as successful a club as we can, to prove that we earned varsity status, to prove that we can fight against the odds and make a competitive team despite not having the support of our university.
We're not just rowing to compete, we're also rowing for reinstatement this year. We feel that we're worthy of it and we can do it.
As the rowers continue to fight against this rising tide, their supporters wait with watchful anticipation to see them overcome this storm.